What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and in today's episode, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, Vong, and the Russell 1000. Here it comes. What we've been waiting for is officially taking place as we speak. This is what we were expecting, and it's happening right this second. Stock market is correcting. Cryptocurrency is all falling. This is exactly what we were talking about yesterday. We made an episode talking about history is repeating, and there's a chance we could see a breakout to the upside, but not before we see a potential correction, a reversal back to the downside. We went very much so in depth in this video. Highly recommend you watch yesterday's episode if you haven't already. But moving forward, from that video we made yesterday here, notice how every single cryptocurrency is starting its correction. This is exactly what we pinpointed and corrected. We had a downtrend on XRP. XRP at ceiling. We fell back down right to moving average. Solana broke through price floor. We are correcting to the downside. We thought of possibilities of reversal, but we said very specifically, if this floor is broken, we're going to see a big drop. Ethereum, check it out. In a beautiful uptrend, we had the possibility of seeing some sort of bull flag breakout, and you can see here we are with the second one, and we have now fallen back down to support. We haven't broken out of the descending fractal, but we are, correcting to the downside. This correction was not a surprise at all. Bitcoin, major dip back down to support in blue. That's interesting because we were originally, looking at yellow, but that's why we've left both on. Vong has officially, as of today, corrected below this uptrend. We are now going to see several days of correction down a moving average. This is anticipated. It is expected here. We were waiting for the iceberg to tip and for us to fall over. And here it is. We're going back down to target, which is what I drew right here. And I bet you if I type in like stock market news, it's going to come up with some article saying why we're seeing this correction. Oh, there you go. Stock market drops as Trump unleashes new round of global tariffs, blah, 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 blah. We needed this. This correction was a necessary thing, and we've been waiting patiently for us to see a pullback. Now the pullback's starting. Where are we going to go to? Right to moving average like we drew, or lower, possibility. But this is not a surprise in any way, shape, or form. Anywho, I want to talk to you guys about Doge Inu. Super cool. They're sponsoring today's episode. But with that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's get right into today's episode. All right, guys, quick heads up. This part of the video is sponsored by Doge Inu, but stick with me because this project is picking up some serious momentum. So here's the deal. Doge Inu, ticker symbol DOG, is exploding right now. And the big story is Elon Musk just followed them on Twitter. Yeah, that Elon, and he's even dropped some tweets that fans say line up with this coin. Now, of course, this is a meme coin, but don't brush it off too fast. Remember how Doge and Shiba Inu and even Pepe started? All hype until they weren't. Right now, Doge Inu is positioning itself as the next people's cryptocurrency, and the community is growing fast. The site is live, and the tokenomics are public, and they've even made it super easy to buy. They're pushing hard for centralized exchange listings, and this could be one of those you were early moments or not. I'm not here to sell you dreams, just bringing it to your radar. So if you are curious, the link is in the description down below, and you can also check out the site, join the Telegram, and follow along on Twitter just to see what unfolds. But again, this video is sponsored by Doge Inu, and remember, as always, do your own research before jumping in, and let me know in the comments what you think. Could this be the next big meme run? Anyways, though, let's get back into the main video. So guys, diving into the technical analysis today, you can see the current coin market cap. If I refresh the page, we're currently down just a couple percentage points here in the past 24 hours. We're starting to see the sell-off. This is very much so exciting and anticipated. You can see the correction back down. Ethereum is sliding lower. XRP is sliding lower. BNB doing the same thing. Every single cryptocurrency is starting its descent to the downside. This is very good news if you ask me. 57 on the Fear and Greed Index. We were in the 60s before we were in the 70s. So this is a healthy pullback and a necessary and vital step in order for us to head higher. You know what I'm saying? This has to happen in order for us to continue to scale upwards here. So I'm really not surprised that we're starting to see this little descent backwards. So it certainly looks good if you ask me. You can see on the current XRP charts here, just diving into everything right now, we're starting to see this descending fractal here. We've been tracking a beautiful downtrend bull flag for a very long time. on XRP, this lower high, lower low pattern filling in this gap. And just recently on the 4-hour, we were tracking us filling in this gap right here in this descending fractal, getting stuck between the rock and a hard place. We have this downtrend, which has 4 points of confirmation and the moving average here. And as we filled this in, we made a decision, confirmed closure below here. This was the short opportunity. And I said very specifically, we're more than likely going to fall to the white band that I drew. And guess what we did? We legit rebounded right off that. So hysterical. Starting to see that correction. And now we're probably going to scale sideways. We're probably going to fill in this gap here and make another decision. And again, fill in the gap. Are we going to break through the price ceiling and break to the upside? Or are we going to break through the floor and, somersault or correct or dump to the downside? Either option is very possible. I likely suspect we will probably see more of a correction, but anything can happen. I could be totally wrong with that assumption. And we might break through ceiling and rally up, depending on how we look at these other cryptocurrencies and how they're going to influence the markets here. But I certainly do think we do have the patience to possibly see another dip to the downside here. When I extend out from XRP, you can see how we have this beautiful downtrend. And honestly, we're only at 50 on the RSI. So again, anything can happen, but probably going to come back down to moving average because we've been exploding to the upside. But remember, some point, we are going to probably break bullish as this descending fractal is very bullish, textbook bullish, actually here, and they typically end in rallies and breakouts to the upside. So keep your eyes peeled on that. XRP breaking through bottom support. I wonder if I could tweak this to include it, but I don't think it is possible. It just seems like we've officially broken through that floor. I don't even think if we put it here, actually, that's crazy. That might be more so how we're looking right now. Check it out. That's sort of like this floor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could easily be that supportive bottom floor here for this ascending fractal as we break out of one. And you can see we broke down from this, correcting down to support, and probably going to, hold off right now, consolidate, especially into the rest of the week because we are retesting this price floor. So good chance we're going to hold on to here and probably start to reverse or consolidate back up. But again, anything can happen and we could easily tip over because when I jump to the daily charts, you can see right now how more, and it's honestly interesting. I do wonder if we can even include this. Not so much, but you can see how, for the most part, we're coming right back down to the moving average and this uptrend here. So there's a good chance we could hold the line here, not really dip much lower, consolidate a bit, and then possibly head up higher. It's very possible. Or I can leave it how we kind of had it and just, this is tough. I don't think this is as accurate. I think it's more so how we had it before, something along the lines of this. Not like that. Definitely how we have it like this. You can see this higher low, higher high pattern. And with us finally coming back down to a supportive solid floor, there's a good chance now we can consolidate and head back up starting Monday. So that's something to pay attention to as well. These other cryptocurrencies are also finally coming back into contact with supports. So good chance this could also see reversal. We're in a descending fractal. You can see how these typically break, eventually bullish. And now we're forming another one. We just rebounded off support, fell, crashed down a moving average. Very much so was expecting and anticipating this. This doesn't come as a surprise at all to me, and it hopefully shouldn't come as a surprise to you. And now we're probably going to consolidate and eventually drift up higher. So a lot of these cryptos look like they're hitting floors and now have the room to head up. XRP will be the interesting one if this actually forms a breakout, but the other cryptos all look like they have the potential and possibility to start to consolidate back up higher. Obviously, anything can happen, but pay attention to this one. Bitcoin as well looks interesting. Again, has plenty of room to head up higher as well, because if I extend this out and we jump to the 4-hour, you can see how much so this beautiful blue band is holding on and honestly starting to become the more accurate one, where I'm going to start to extend this to 1 point, and then we're going to make blue 2 points, because this is now the leading one, why we had both drawn, and this is now a massive descending fractal, and this could very easily end in a break to the upside. These, again, have bullish tendencies, and they could easily swing us into a rally here, and I almost want to delete the yellow because it's over now. At this point, we are now officially confirmed in this beautiful, blue band here, and this is going to ideally, swing us into the next possible breakout. So we're leaving it like this. There's a good chance we'll reverse back up to here. We could either continue to ping pong, but more than likely reverse back up as we are oversold. And then we could easily break at some point in the future. So that's super exciting. Following these other cryptocurrencies, finally starting their descent. Of course, stupid news comes out that is going to influence this, and maybe that is what caused this to dip, but this dip was necessary, and we've been sitting patiently waiting for it to come, and here it is happening, and now we're starting to drop, and I've given you 2 examples of what I suspect to see happen. We're going to come into contact with moving average, and then we're going to start to veer up. We can't continue to be overbought. We need some sort of news or something to influence the price to head us lower, and then it will build up enough room and we'll be able to rally off of that. Same thing with the stock market. I've already drawn where target price point is. We legit are way too high up off a major bullish run from 4,900 points to 64. It's insane. Now we need the correction, and the correction is finally taking place. So, not surprising, but that's it for today's video. Smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.